the air surrounding his airness, turns out it's pretty smoky. Michael Jordan gave an interview to Cigar Aficionado magazine where he said he smokes 6 cigars a day. But that's not all. MJ also said a top-heavy NBA is bad for business. Here's his quote: "I think it's going to hurt the overall aspect of the league from a competitive standpoint. You're going to have 1 or 2 teams that are going to be great and another 28 teams that are going to be garbage, or they're going to have a tough time surviving in the business environment." Robin, 28 of the 30 teams in the league are garbage. That means his own team, the Charlotte Hornets, are trash, according to the greatest of all time. What's more shocking, that Jordan smokes 6 stogies a day, or that he called his own team trash?
You know what? Neither of these things shocks me, actually. I mean, I'm a little worried for his health to be smoking 6 cigars, and knowing Jordan, I don't think that number was picked arbitrarily. Yeah. But when you look at the league as a whole and him saying that, he's not too worried about the bottom line for his team, and he's trying to argue his case so his team can be better. What I have a problem with is saying, first of all, 28 teams are garbage. I mean, that would mean, are you just saying it's the Warriors and Cavs and the Rockets and the Thunder and the Spurs are garbage? But the other aspect of this, it's not about super teams. It's about the Warriors, a super team. Now, you can argue whether they've been bad or not because the NBA is in a good space right now. But the reason this is all happening is because of them, not a series or a sequence of super teams, and some of the other guys are coming together to try and combat them. And I heard Draymond Green say that the rest of the league is panicking because of us. Well, no duh. You won more games than any team in history and then signed Kevin Durant. So that's what's bothersome to me. You know, I love watching the Warriors play. I think they're probably the best team in league history. I mean, I'll remove it. They're the best team in league history, but that is where the real concern can pop up because they are an unfair composition of players, even if they were put together fairly.
Listen, I'm not trying to disparage some of the other teams that were playing against Jordan's Bulls back in the 90s, but wasn't it pretty much a given that they were going to go at least back to the finals every single year, and then they were favored every single year? So I'm kind of surprised that Jordan would say that this is bad for business, considering, I mean, he was good for business, his Bulls were good for business, and I understand, I guess, why maybe he thinks it's bad for Charlotte, but I'm just shocked that someone as competitive as Michael Jordan wouldn't say, no, we're not going to say it's bad for business. I'm actually going to go out and try to make the next incarnation of the Warriors. I mean, if he would just stop with these terrible draft picks, then maybe, let's be honest, I mean, then maybe they would actually have a better shot. And the East is going to be very down this year. I feel like if you're a Charlotte Hornets fan and you're not seeing your team as potentially one of the top 5, then you have some real soul searching to do.
It's a good point. It's odd how the people in positions of power seem to hate when the players have some power, and now Jordan, who was a player, is in a position of power, because just because it came together differently doesn't mean it was all that different when he was on the same team as Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, and they were coached by Phil Jackson. So no surprise when they won.